Sometimes a book is so good, it deserves a sequel or maybe a prequel. Best-selling author Chantel Guertin joins us now with a few of her current favorites, and there's a lot of them, Chantel.
Yeah, so I thought this was fun. Summer's a great time to catch up on books. And so I'm starting off with Colleen Hoover, who is huge on Book Talk. I think she has, 5 of the spots on the New York Times bestseller list. And she has a book called It Ends With Us that came out a couple of years ago. It's huge. And so this is a good opportunity to read this book because this book was so popular that now she has a sequel coming out that called It Starts With Us. So this is sort of a romance novel, and it is the story of an abusive relationship. So it's it's an enthralling read, and I'm not going to say more than that, but then you want to read that before It Ends With Us comes out later this year.
Okay, and then you've got Family of Liars.
Yeah, so this is by E. Lockhart, and this came out so you could read this one now. So this story started with We Were Liars, and it's the story of the Sinclair family. And they all have cottages on an island together, and there is a mystery surrounding the island. And this book was so great. Again, this book is huge right now, even though it came out several years ago. And now Family of Liars is a prequel. So it goes back. So that the idea is we were always liars is the catch line. So something happens years and years ago before We Were Liars, but it's a spoiler. So you kind of have to read the first one before you read the prequel.
Okay, another good read from Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yeah, so she's huge too. And Malibu Rising came out last year. People have probably seen that cover around. And this is not a prequel or sequel, but a spin-off. So there is a character in this called Carrie Soto, and she's a professional tennis player. This book comes out in August. So she was just a minor character in the book, but now Taylor has blown her into her entire whole story. And tennis is so huge. I'm a huge tennis fan. Wimbledon is on right now. So the timing couldn't be more perfect for this story to come out. So you don't technically need to read Malibu Rising, but it is a great story of the Riva family, who are a family of surfers in the 80s. And it's a great read. And then Carrie Soto is going to be great, I'm sure.
Okay, the next one is Tracy Flick Can't Win.
Okay, so I don't know if anyone remembers this, a movie from years and years ago called Election. It was based on the book by Tom Perrotta, and it starred Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon.
I do remember. I love that movie.
Yes. I mean, Reese, before she was as huge as she is now, right? So she's this quirky character. She's Tracy Flick. The book actually was sold to be a movie before he could even sell it into a book. But it did come out as a book before the movie came out. Anyways, this flashes forward. Tracy Flick was running for like a school election at the time. Now, flash forward, she's the vice principal of a school, and there's a chance that she could be principal. So it's a great book. Tim Sedaris. Okay, also sort of, he writes nonfiction. These are essays. I love his stuff, and Happy Go Lucky is his newest one. He hasn't had a series like this since 2018 because he switched into publishing his diary entries, which were fun. But I love his essays, and you can read a lot of them in the New Yorker. So this one is out, and so it's sort of this idea that a follow-up to if you've missed that over the last 4 years.
Okay, is it as scary as the cover?
No, I don't. It's like there's always some weird thing with him, right? He's dressed up as a clown or something.
Okay, we've got about 40 seconds left. What are you reading right now?
Oh, that's a great question. I am reading Lessons in Chemistry, which is such a great read. It came out maybe 2 months ago. You probably see the cover. I wish I had it. It's on my nightstand to show you, but
okay.
But I would highly recommend that.
Okay, thanks for all your recommendations. We'll get the link up to your socials at chch.com. Great to chat with you.
Thanks for that.